I still see we are trying to sell ice to Eskimos.
Eskimos, that's right. That's right.
And look at the all sellers. They are either Caribbeans or South Asians. So we need to break this Titanic for sure. It's not easy to buy the American fans into the cricket because we are not competing among them, right? Let me tell you right now what's going on here. Even you want to watch this MLC, I'm not trying to criticize here, but the limited option we have is a few channels, and only we are the one knows where it is. And we haven't reached out to the major audience. For example, if you are Super Bowl in US, almost 200 countries are watching them at no cost to anybody. Make sense? By the way, it may be too big. I'm scheduled to cover soccer here, Major League Soccer this week. Quarterfinals are coming. You can watch them on CBS Sports. And when we say CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, and PBS, these are the free channels in entire country.
Yes.
All it takes is an air antenna. There is not a single dime you have to pay. And you can watch this game in a relaxed mood in your living room or anywhere you want in your house. Now, cricket has to take that thing down the road. Again, I'm not criticizing MLC, but this needs to be a suggestion, and I'll definitely put forward. Can we put this game, at least for local streaming? There is a ESPN streaming going on, NBC and Sports has it, CBS Sports has it. No need to be on the major channel right away. But if we do the streaming and we make some noise, then definitely we can attract some people from the other side of the island. Let's say cricket is still played on the island right now.
So what you're saying, you're suggesting that they go on the local channel free of cost to the viewers.
Yes, and there is another way to reach out is bringing schools and academies into this fold. When you are not able to attract the direct interest in any level of fan, then other way around is find the indirect fan who are involved in cricket, playing cricket, dreaming for cricket, wants to know cricket. We need to target that audience. But again, these are the tricky things. The talks are always easy. But for them, these are the complicated situation to find a way. You're looking at Florida is about 20,000 capacity. Auckland Stadium is a bigger capacity. Absolutely, Texas is about only 200 capacity. So that can be packed with few initiatives or ideas. But packing up Florida and Auckland can be a very difficult time. And by the way, you will not be surprised. I don't think we haven't seen the numbers, but even in a World Cup, Florida never sold out, not a single game. You know what I'm talking here now. World Cup game not sold out in Florida. Yes, weather impacted. All local Floridians know what this weather means, so they will not buy ticket. I understand that, but even though I don't see that excitement like, hey, this is a once upon a time while we are living, this is the first time World Cup happened and I need to reserve the seat. They did not do it.
I think it's all.
From a media perspective, how do you respond to what the coaches said?
Lack of branding, marketing, and branding. This country is the sports in this country, as you know, Gateness coaches said, is driven by branding. Okay, the NBA basketball as their niche, NFL football as their niche, baseball as their niche, and soccer as their niche. And for cricket to grow, it has to start pinching off from each of these established sports.
Can we get that
Because-
radio turned down there in the background?
Okay, that is, it has to start pinching off from each of these established sports, not only in the attendance, but in the sponsorship. Now, yes, to talk about this, how big the stadiums are. I remember in the past, the New York Yankees, when they had a day game that started at 1 o'clock, you would see school buses coming packed with school children to fill the stadium, because the most expensive seat in the stadium is the one that no one is sitting in, because it's costing you the full value of that seat, and you're not getting a penny for it, or you're not you're not using it as an investment, investing in the kids. So when a school bus parks, if you have 10,000 seats open in Oakland, and you have the schools bringing in the kids, your vendors are going to be smiling all day long, because you might bring in the kids for free, but you're going to sell a lot of food. Okay? And that goes for every game that you have. If you have vendors there, when advertisers and companies see the stands are full, they're only looking at eyeballs. They don't care what the cost of the ticket is. They're looking at how many persons watch the game, how many people view the game, and people will respond to crowds by jumping on the bandwagon. Okay? The moment they think that the game is sold out, they're interested. And they don't care if it's you give away half the seats. They're only interested in the fact that when they advertise, they're getting bangs for their money. They're getting eyeballs for their money. Okay? So, yes, I do agree that marketing and branding has to be the most prominent part. Every organization out there have big companies that sponsors them. And until you can put some people in the community to work with the organizations, to brand with the organizations, even if they are from Trinidad or from Jamaica, they have other companies that are branding with them, and that is what they recognize as their supporter. So as from a media perspective, you have your radio stations, your local radio stations. If they're not advertising your cricket, not only in your local area, but outside on the territories, so you're pulling in people from on the outside. The more they hear cricket being talked about, is the more they're going to recognize that cricket is here. But if the only time you hear about cricket is when you have a test match or a tournament, 1 month out of 12, then, it's not really going to register. Okay? And we know we have some superstars out there that the baby boomers are the older generation, okay, branded with the Garfield Silvers, the Kalicharan, the Rowan Kanais, okay, the Vivian Richards. You bring them into Atlanta, you bring them into Florida, you bring them into New York, and you talk about come and meet, one of our cricket greats at a local game, even if it's Metropolitan Cricket or Mumbai, New York, Mumbai. Those people out of the West Indies who register those names, register with them, they're going to turn up. The same way we turn up when you say bringing in the Prime Minister as a guest speaker at an event. Everybody turns up, the place is full. These are our Prime Ministers for the game. The Garfield Sobers, the Vivian Richards, Rowan Canal. You have Kalicharan in New York, in America, nobody knows. Okay, when we grew up listening to West Indies cricket with these guys, We don't see them. They're not being utilized. ICC is not using them to brand and to market in the market where in a demographic that worships them. Okay? They're just missing.
All right. Thank you so much.